finance. Hey guys, what's going on? Jan, Adam here. My buddy Adam Goyer. We're working on some sports push hands concepts for Fixed Step, one of the Tai Chi World Cup games. So we're gonna go through drills, and it's gonna be wonderful. So it may be a little hard to hear with that noise in the background, but you'll see the drills. I'll walk through each one of them, and Adam will also be able to utilize this as he starts to train. So.
Yeah, the audio is good.
Let's first start off with drill 4. So this first drill, we're gonna just softly melt away. If you press on my shoulder, 1, you're gonna melt away. Press on the other shoulder, 2, and then you're gonna melt away the hips, 3, and melt away the other hip, 4. And then I'll do the same to him. 1, soften, 2, soften, 3, soften, 4, soften. So notice that he gave up his front leg just now when softening. I highly recommend maintaining 70% of your weight on the front leg, even when you're softening. It looks like this from the front, boom. My hip coils in. Notice that my back leg, my knee drops as my hip turns back to help compensate for that movement. So I'll press on him again, soft, 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 and then he comes back to me. And this is just a general warm-up. And I'd recommend doing this after all of your softer push hands play. So you do your softer push hands play to really warm up the body, the sensitivity, etc. And then you start doing this exercise, this drill. And then switch legs. Do your best to keep the leg 70% of the weight on the front leg. Really turn the hip. Let's get this. And do your best to, if you're going to anticipating the press, be cautious of that and be strategic. You always want to be strategic about the anticipation. Sometimes you're playing push hands or you're fighting, you're sparring, whatever you're doing, and you're moving before the touch happens. So you can feel the person coming forward and you're sliding back. You feel them retract, you come forward. That's something that you might strategically be doing. That's totally fine as long as you're conscious of it. Right now, again, just work on the softness of responding to the actual touch. Boom. So allow the touch to happen before you respond. Because sometimes you actually might be meeting the pressure. So if someone's pushing, strategically, they may want to push you here. So you might come forward. You might roll your shoulders forward. That's actually a very particular strategy. They're going to double blast you. You roll the shoulders forward to meet them before they intentionally got you. So really this is just me saying allow the contact to happen and respond to the contact. So yeah, this movement, we'll talk about this really quickly, but that's a more advanced strategy. So when someone's double pressing here to double blast you back, one thing to be able to do is to, and do it slowly, come to me, double blast, is to roll the shoulders. So you're rolling the shoulders in. We've talked about crimping the pressure for when you do the rooting drill, crimping the joint of the wrist. So this is a very fast crimp, but it's actually just to disrupt their sense of distance so that you can do the next move. Your next move on this, as part of a combination, is roll, drag. So it's essentially roll, drag. Or you can roll, drag, step, and here, doing a whip downward. So you want to take the back and whip them down. And it's one of my favorite moves that I don't train nearly enough. But we'll do. I digress. Let's go back to the arm drag. So the arm drag in fixed step we're gonna do, this is the sports arm drag, the sports push hands, specifically Tai Chi World Cup sports push hands arm drag. You're starting wrist to wrist, hand on the elbow. So you have a hand on the elbow, and you're gonna blast through. So a bunch of notes here. You're going to create some space. You're gonna create space and create your shape. Same hand, same leg forward actually. So I was mistaken here. Left hand, left leg forward. When you step into position, you're going to step with the shape that you want. So you're going to claim your space. Again, this is our style, US Tai Chi Push Hands team style of playing this game. You step with your space. Other hand, now my right hand is on his elbow, his right hand is on my elbow. This right hand, or whatever hand is on the elbow, is going to help test the reactions of your opponent before the ref says go. When the ref says go, it's a gun game and you're blasting as fast as you can to get somebody to step, to lift their foot off a pedestal. So you might gently be pressing. For this arm drag drill, you're going to gently press the elbow to get a reaction. So you want to get the reaction of your opponent unconsciously. You want to be so subtle that they don't consciously notice it. So you want to press the elbow and allow them to push back. You press the elbow down, you allow them to push back. And once you know that you do it a few times, you get that little rhythm going, then you know that when you press, they're going to react like that. So you're programming your opponent right now. And you're doing it super subtly. You actually want to maintain this structure here and the pressure. And it seems like it's not Tai Chi, it's not flowing, but Tai Chi is more subtle than overt flowing. Anyone who's doing this and just all this flowy, beautiful stuff, that's great. And yes, that's Tai Chi, but Tai Chi gets so subtle that it looks like you're not moving. So, boom, it looks like I'm not moving. I'm absolutely moving right now. I'm claiming this space, I'm maintaining a structure, and I'm going to press, and once I get that little reaction to pop up, I'm going to slide my arm in. I'm getting my hand for the arm drag, and he just did a little block too. We can talk about that, but focusing on the arm drag, you pull him down, and you just drag him past. Notice that his knee also, as a short little detail, was about to crash into my knee. So I highly recommend reminding yourself to turn your toe and your knee at the same time from the hip area to save your kneecap. That's a dirty trick. I do it. We all do it. Dragging the knee, crashing through the opponent because you're in the middle of a game and you want to win this game. So if someone's going to crash through your knee, you have to be able to turn yourself and save your knee. You have to be able to save that kneecap. We'll drill that separately. So you go for it. Press a little. Go one. So he's going to go 2 presses and then a drag. 1, 2, and then you're going to shoot the fingers through, and you're going to aim the palm to the tricep. Awesome. And then pull down. Great. Obviously, there's lots of different versions of the arm drag, but this one we're focusing on the elevator drop. So the elevator drop arm drag means that you connect the hips to the hand and you drop. So you want to drop and turn, and sometimes it won't work. But again, if it doesn't work, if he doesn't come off, which is great, it means he's got a great route, then you know he's going to come back more than likely. He's going to want to go up this way. So it just depends on the mentality in the moment. You have to be sensitive to that. But if he doesn't go down, you have to turn him and go with his energy in another direction to try to launch him. So 1, 2, bang. And do your best when you're playing this game to keep that 70% of the weight forward. And if you're doing this at home or with your partner, make sure that the legs are lined up foot to foot. And when I say foot to foot, there's a straight line. Both feet are on that same line. So if you bring your foot right here, great. Boom. So now we're here. I'll go 1, 2, drag. And stay connected too. Sometimes you can, I'll say this, everything you do you want to be intentional. So if you're doing a little pop arm drag, meaning that you're doing a short drag the way Adam just did, that's totally fine, but you want to know that you're doing that. The other option is to stay connected the entire time to really get them to move off. Lots of variations. Let's switch legs. But again, you want to be conscious of any variation you
How are
make.
you today?
Hanging in there.
I like your little shirt.
She has to.
And gently press the elbow when you come back.
Her owner will kill me. But they got a lot of fur.
This one.
Awesome.
She likes really, really cold weather. Have a great day.
Try to do your best to keep your legs grounded on the drag itself too. Otherwise, you won't get the point. So I'll go 2, 1, 2, reaching through. Part of my style is also to stay connected even after the move. So I might stay, again, bridging to another style. Boom, here, and slip through. 1, 2, here. I'm still 70% forward. And now I'm gonna take this entire side of my body away, like it's a wall that's suddenly gonna disappear. So I'm here, he might wanna push back, and we're gonna go with that too. Boom, and you just take that side away. When you take the side away, what that means is that you're melting one hip, you're dropping the hips like an elevator down, and one side melts away. So this side, you're creating a little hole here, softening the shoulder to go back to. Good stuff. Try to aim me more for the ground. Okay, that way. So now we're going to work on some bone conditioning, some hard Qigong, and we've done this before.
Pause it, start the video.
Sure. Well, that'll be in the next video.